and then go to questions. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Coach Skinner, please give us a brief opening statement, and then we will go to questions.
Well, just really so much credit to Texas. I know coaches say that at the beginning of these things, but both teams, they hit 330, we hit 350, just an incredible match. And, Jared has done it for a long time and has an incredible program. And just to be on the same stage with them at this moment was special. And just a lot of respect for the way they play the game. And but the defense in the fourth set for us has been our staple all year long. And people talk about our offense, and which is incredible. And Madison had another unbelievable offensive night. But for us to win that fourth set, we had to dig some balls and make a couple plays to get out of that hole, and the big difference.
Thank you. Now we will go to questions from the media. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you want to ask a question. When called upon, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question is from Michael Bennett. Go ahead, Michael.
Craig, congratulations on the national championship tonight. Good to see you up there with a big smile. That first set that y'all came out and played, did you feel like the team was a little nervous and that might have been why they lost? And then losing that first set, do you feel like that motivated the team to win the rest?
To be honest, there's some anxiousness to play and compete in this match. I didn't feel like that was the reason why we weren't successful in the first set. Texas was really good in that set, and they hit 455. I just felt like we just stayed the course, and we talked before the match. We don't know how it's going to start, but I know one thing: you're going to fight to the bitter end, and I think that was the difference. We get motivated for sure when teams don't let us do the things we want, but credit our team for just staying the course.
Our next question is from Hunter Mitchell. Go ahead, Hunter.
Craig, Allie Stumler kind of stole the headlines tonight because she was so good, but I thought Maddie Skinner put on one of the best freshman performances I've ever seen, really in any sport. She had 19 kills tonight, hit 455. Talk about what she brought to you tonight as just a freshman playing in the program's first title game.
Incredible job. She had, more hands in her face than she probably has all year, and produced and hit shots that she hasn't hit before in matches, and wanted the ball, was confident and aggressive. Very hard to do as a freshman, like you said. And she was big time.
Our next question is from John Huang. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Craig. John Huang, NOLA Media, Just the Cats. Congratulations. Last month, you were asked if this team were headed on a championship or bust trajectory, and I noticed you kind of bristled at the question, but now that you've actually won the hardware, how much does that validate all the blood, sweat, and tears that's gone on to building this program the past few years?
Well, 100% validates what we've talked about for years. And, you have a long-term vision of building a program to compete for a national championship. Obviously, you got to get certain stages before you can have that chance. But all along, we're not going to compromise the way we did it and doing it the right way and being honest and direct and open and caring, all that for our players and recruiting. And but just this staff was amazing this year, what we went through, our administration, our university, and all the players and coaches that come before this to help us get here. I hope they feel a part of this, because it's special.
Our next question is from Larry Bott. Go ahead, Larry.
Craig, you obviously have a lot of stars when you win a national championship like this. I just wondered what you thought of Gabby's play tonight, not necessarily just her numbers, but her hustle and her competitiveness that seemed to just really spark you at times.
Nothing phases Gabby Curry. Not this moment, not any moment. It never has. And she was ready. And she rode in the elevator down to go to our last meeting before we went over to the gym. And she just said, I'm more confident now after watching more video. And the digs that she made in the fourth set, again, the passes, she has a lot of respect from a lot of people in volleyball world around the country, and she's earned that.
Next question is from Lincoln Arneal. Go ahead, Lincoln.
Hi, Craig. Lincoln with the World Herald. Madison obviously did a lot for you tonight. To me, the biggest play she made was the third set, that solo block of Fields. What was that moment like for her, and what kind of impact did you think it had on the match?
Well, those are momentum. We talk about momentum changers all the time. And, beginning of the second set, we talked about momentum changers. In the third set, you just talk about momentum changing plays. And she's an elite competitor, and she's worked on blocking a ton over the last couple of years with Anders, who coordinates our defense, and it's paid off. And it's hard against attackers like that touch well over 10-8 probably. And so she saw it under set, and she dove in and made a perfect move. And it was a special play.
And then you've seen her do a lot of amazing things all year and throughout her career. Where does this match kind of rate out in her kind of all around level of contributions that she made?
I mean, it's got to be at the top, if not the top. We had 70 kills in 4 sets, which is over 16 a set, I believe, if I'm doing my math correctly. 17 a set almost. So you have 17 kills a set and hit 350 against, the number, whatever ranked team in the country in Texas, how physical they are. That's an elite big time performance.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Dick Gabriel. Go ahead, Dick.
Craig, congratulations. A friend of mine tweeted at me that they were at a bar, she and her husband, watching, and the crowd noise was so loud it drowned out the band. So I'm just wondering based on social media, you won a lot of fans tonight. So your thoughts on that, but also you were part of a championship program, a winning program as a player, as an assistant. And now you've built this thing, and it's taken quite a while, but you've built that. What's going on inside of you with regard to that?
It's going to take me a few days to debrief on this. Just numbing. It's so hard to do this. And I don't know if this was the hardest, but it's got to be a top couple in a time like this. And, just amazingly proud to live a dream right now. And, my family, my wife, Megan, and, all the players that have heard me talk about winning national championship, and adding that, like the question before, the validation of our talk is huge, and just so thrilled for our current players that believed in us.
Our next question is from Dominique Yates. Go ahead, Dominique.
Hey, Craig, Dominic Yates with the Courier Journal. I mean, going into the year, you knew this team had talent and had potential to accomplish a lot. But, I mean, could you envision the run that they made in this postseason and the team they had to beat in the process?
I knew we were going to be good. And did I know we were going to be this good? I thought we had a chance. And because we were good on offense, we were going to be good on defense. We had good setting. We had a great libero. And, the skill that this team has is super underrated. And that's the reason why in March we said, look, one of the advantages we will have is we have a lot of skill and a lot of people that can play the whole game. And that was, I just don't know what our weakness is. I don't think we have a weakness. And it's hard for me to just spout that off before the season's over. But if someone wants to tell me weakness, I'd love to hear it. And so it's, again, I knew we had a chance. Did I think we'd, never go to only lose 2 sets in the NCAA tournament? No, I didn't predict that.
next question is from Danny Davis. Go ahead, Danny.
I was curious about your impression of Logan Eggleston and how she played tonight, and what was like trying to defend her on a night like tonight.
Logan's a special player, an athlete, and we set our defense up perfectly several times against her, and she still scored. And so it's frustrating, but like we told you, we just have to move on. We cannot, worry that Logan Eggleston is going to. We knew she was going to get kills, and Logan's a great kid, great family, and so a lot of respect for Logan and how she played tonight.
Our next question is from John Clay. Go ahead, John.
Craig, as you said, everybody talks about your offense. You came in leading the nation in hit percentage, but as you said, you feel like your defense was maybe even more important tonight. How proud does that make you that it was that part of the game that came up so big for you tonight?
Oh, John, it's massive. I mean, we say we had good defense in Texas hit 330 or something like that. So I guess it's a good defense in this particular match. It was the reason why we were able to win that 4 set. There's no question in my mind. And obviously we have to score points, but I had to frustrate Texas when we kept balls off the floor like we did. And, some of the layout digs and then, sets to outside hitters and still putting the ball away against a full block. Again, offense wins, defense keeps you in it and gives you a chance at the end.
Our final question will be from Lee Feinswag. Go ahead, Lee.
Craig, considering the stage, the national championship, ESPN2, the incredible level of play. Both teams were so magnificent. Can you address what this could mean for the sport? Thought it was truly significant, possibly.
I hope it blows the roof off. This game is unbelievable game. There's more girls playing high school volleyball than any other team sport in the country. There's more interest. There's such a marketable sport. There's just a market to take it to a whole nother level. And Mitch Barnhart thought I was crazy, 10 years ago. I say a lot of crazy stuff. I said, Mitch, I truly believe we can generate revenue, and I just hope our fans buy into this program. I hope fans buy into Texas's program. I hope fans buy into every program that we play against, because this sport is about ready to combust, in the stratosphere.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Skinner, for your time today.
Thank you.
We'll be joined momentarily by Allie Stumler, followed by Madison Lilly. Please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary.